Welcome to iOS Insights, the channel for iOS app development using SwiftUI and Swift. This is part 2 of the Forms tutorial. In this part of the tutorial, we'll be focusing on the registration details view. The purpose of the registration details view is to enable the information to be displayed on that view when we click on the register button. So if I click on register now, you see that all the information is transferred from this view to the other view. And then we can also click on the back to registration to go back to the previous view. And this is what we'll be doing today. So within your SwiftUI project, create a new view called registration details view. And then click on SwiftUI view. And then type in registration details view. We need to create that view again because it didn't create the view correctly, so I'll delete it. SwiftUI view, then enter the name, registration details view. The next thing we need to do is on line 11 type at environment presentation mode var presentation mode. And the purpose of line 11 is to enable the current view to be dismissed, as in closed, when we click on the button to go back to the previous view. Next things we need to do are type the following variables: first name, string, var last name, string, email, string, is opt-in bool. At binding, var is details view presented. Bool. And the next thing that we need to do is create a VStack on line 21. So just delete the text on line 21 and now type in VStack alignment.leading spacing 20. So what this will do, each column will have a space of 20. So there'll be a gap between the first name, the last name, the email, and opt-in. Text registration details dot font dot large title dot font weight bold dot foreground color dot blue dot padding dot bottom 20. So what this code does is just add some style to the registration details text view, which is this here. It adds a large title, makes it bold, foreground color blue, so that means the actual text will be blue. And then add 20 to the padding to the bottom. The next thing we need to do now is create another SwiftUI view and then call it detail row. Detail row. The previews we can delete. And now we just enter two variables, which are var title string var detail string. Hstack text title dot foreground color dot gray dot font body dot not dot text detail dot font body. So what that will do is when we click on the register button on the first view, what this code will do on the registered details view, it will create headings. For example, so the title will have name, and then the details part will have the person's name, and then for the other row the title will have email address, and then for the detail part it will display the actual email address. And the same goes with password, so the title will have password, and for the details part it will have the actual password but in stars. So now we need to go back to the registration details view. And then online, yeah, we can delete the previews if we're not using it. On line 26 or after line 25, so you can do it anyway. You can do it on line 27 if you want to. Type in detail row and then type in first name and then the details that's been passed in. And then we just repeat the same process for last name, email and opt-in. Last name, email, and opt-in. Is opt-in yes, else is no. So this is just a ternary operator. It's a short version of using a if statement, a conditional statement. The next thing we need to do is add a spacer. And then let's run it to see what it looks like. So I'll just enter my name. Just enter in an email address. Oh, it didn't pick up the information. Oh, so there's an error somewhere. So let's fix that. Oh, so what the problem is, on line 67 we haven't passed the actual information to the registration details view. That's why the information was blank on the registration details view when we clicked on the button. So that's what we'll do now. So go back to the content view and on line 67 just add the following: registration details view, first name, last name, email, opt-in, is opt-in, and then is detailed view presented. Now let's run it again. This time it really should work. So just enter my name or any name. Just enter any email, any password. See, as you can see, the information has been retrieved from the content view, and it's now displayable on the registrations details view. And you can dismiss the view just by dragging it down at the moment. The next thing we'll do is within the registration details view is to add the dismiss button, so the user doesn't have to drag it from the top of the screen to dismiss the registrations details view. So after the spacer, after line 33, enter button action presentation mode wrap value dismiss. So this line on line 36, this will dismiss the view. So we go back to the previous view that we were on. And then for the caption, which is a text, just enter text back to registration. Then if you want to, you can just give it some style. White padding frame width max width infinity So what that does, max width infinity, it just makes sure that the button fills the maximum width that's available on the view. Dot background color, background color dot blue dot corner radius dot 8, and then on line, after line 45, just enter dot padding dot navigation bar hidden. It's true. And now let's run it again. Just enter some details. Test. As you can see, the back to registration button is now available on the registration details view. So now we can dismiss the view by clicking on the button. As seen, it was dismissed. Or we can just dismiss it by dragging it down. So the next thing we can do is style the text fields so that there's a blue there's a blue color around the border of the text fields. So to do that, we need to create a Swift file, and we call this Swift file rounded text style. Just create a normal Swift file, not SwiftUI, and then call the Swift file rounded text field style. import SwiftUI struct text field style function and then body configuration text field label and then returns some view. Configuration dot padding vertical 12 dot padding dot horizontal 20 and then what else do we need to do? Wait, there should be an underscore there on line 12. There should be an underscore here. Dot background rounded rectangle corner radius 8 stroke color dot blue line width is 1 dot foreground color dot blue dot font body dot body. Let's just compile it just to make sure everything is correct. So what this code does, on line 14, it adds a vertical padding to the text field, and then line 15 adds horizontal padding to the text field, and on line 17 it applies a rounded rectangle border with a color blue. Let's run it again just to make sure that it's working. It doesn't seem like that part's working. So let's just go back into the content view. Must be something to do with that. So the text field style. What it is, we're using the default rounded border text field style. So we should be using our customized one that we just created. So this should be rounded text field style. And this one should be rounded text field style as well. And this one Just need to replace all of these to be rounded text field style, which is a customized file that we created earlier, which is this one, customized struct. And then, yeah, that should work now. And you can see the blue background now around the borders. I'll just test it one more time. Test, test, and test. And here's the information. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.